Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be going over 5 SEO tips that you can use in order to help your YouTube channel become more successful. So some questions that I usually get asked is, what am I doing wrong in my YouTube channel? I posted X amount of videos but nothing's working. I've been on YouTube for over a year but nothing's working. One of people's usual go-to is optimization, thinking that it might be, but they usually think that optimization is the cause for why their YouTube channel isn't succeeding. So in this video, I'm going to make it super clear on how I optimize my YouTube videos so that you can use the same tools that I'm using and you can use the same methods and strategies that I'm using in order to optimize your YouTube videos. So first off, give me one second, I'll write some notes. First off, you want to use this tool for keyword research, and the tool I recommend is vidIQ, right? So vidIQ is a very awesome tool. I just started using it this year. I used to be a huge fan of TubeBuddy, but lately during my my experience with YouTube, I've noticed that TubeBuddy and both vidIQ have their own perks. So I do actually pay for both tools, but vidIQ in particular I really like because of the keyword research. So use vidIQ for keyword research. So this is what it's going to look like. This is what your dashboard looks like, and it would require you to get the paid version of vidIQ, which is like $10 a month. But afterwards, once you pay for vidIQ, you can just click on keywords, and you can see how I really like how vidIQ organizes by an overall score and also gives you a search volume, which is the average number of times people search for this exact keyword on YouTube every month. So it's just an average, but I really like this UI platform of vidIQ. It makes it very easy to read, very easy to see. So in this case, the example that we're going to use for keywords is let's just type in something simple. Let's type in YouTube. Okay, but let's pretend that we want to make a video on how to grow on YouTube. So let me adjust this a bit. Okay, there you go. So you can see that vidIQ gives you a bunch of keywords related to the word YouTube. And so by using this tool, you'll be able to obtain a lot of keywords related to your root keywords. So usually YouTube is too generic. So maybe go how to grow on YouTube. We'll try that instead, so we get more similar terms. But here you go. So now you have a bunch of long tail keywords related to how to grow on YouTube. So once you have vidIQ, you use it, you input your keyword, you're given a lot of keywords, a lot of related keywords. How do you know which keywords you want to make a video on? So the next point I want to come over is coming up with 3 to 4 keywords from here that you can make a singular video on. So when you do this part of the process, you want to make sure that your keywords that you're choosing are exact match keywords that you're going to include in your title. So let's pretend that we want to combine these 3 keywords. Okay, advice for new YouTubers, YouTube tips, and how to gain subscribers. These are the 3 long tail keywords that you're going to create your video on, that your video is going to cover all 3 topics. So with that being said, sorry about that, my dog wants to be petted right now. So usually I choose anywhere between 2 to 4 long tail keywords. In this example scenario, I'm going to choose 3 long tail keywords that I will make my video on. So the next step after this one would be, once you have your keywords selected and you can kind of have an idea in terms of what keywords or how you're going to kind of like put your keywords together, I want to show you an example of how to come up with the title of your video. So usually during this step of the process, I do come up with the title of my video even before I actually make my video, and this goes the same thing for my Faceless YouTube channels as well. Before I even actually start the production of the channel, I always come up with a keyword-rich title that I'll be using to actually copy and paste onto YouTube. So in this case, let me pull up a document real quick. Sorry guys, my dog is very demanding of attention right now, but let me go ahead and show you guys an example of how I combine these 3 keywords so that you'll see the final title. And so give me 1 second. So, okay, so here's the notepad that I have. So here's the example. Okay, so let's have this on the right side. So here are my 3 keywords, right? Advice for new YouTubers. And then I also have advice for new YouTubers. I have YouTuber tips. I have YouTube tips, and I have how to gain subscribers. The creativity in YouTube, in my opinion, usually comes from 1, creating your thumbnail, and 2, really coming up with an engaging or creative keyword-rich title. That's what I really, and of course actually creating the content of your video, but I'll be honest, my videos right now aren't too creative. But aside from that, once you have 3 keywords selected, it's kind of like a game, I imagine, that you want to combine all 3 of these keywords to make it so that they read seamlessly. You don't want to make it just how to gain subscribers, YouTube tips, advice for new YouTube. Because that's like keyword stuffing, and this type of keyword stuffing where you just do keyword, comma, keyword, comma, keyword, this is actually against YouTube's terms of service. So a better keyword, so this right here, I'm going to write is wrong. The correct way to kind of do this would be YouTube tips on how to gain subscribers, parentheses, advice for new YouTubers. So you see how I kind of formulate and rearrange the keywords so that it reads well. YouTube tips on how to gain subscribers, advice for new YouTubers, right? So this would be the title that I use for my video, and I actually probably will make my next video on this. But you can see that I'm not keyword stuffing. It reads like normally, like it's a normal reading title. It doesn't really look like I keyword stuffed it, but at the same time, when you go back to vidIQ, you can see that I'm using 1 keyword that's getting 2,000 searches a month. I'm using another keyword that gets 34,000 searches a month, and I'm getting another keyword that gets 3,600 keywords a month. So rather than dedicating a single video on a single keyword phrase, I usually target multiple keyword phrases. Sorry guys, excuse me. I usually target multiple keyword phrases within a single titled video, and I usually cover all 3 keyword topics within the video as well. So this would be my final title. And some key things I do want to mention is that number 1, you always want to make sure that you get at least 1 of the keywords as close to the beginning of your title as possible. And in addition to that, you also want to make sure that okay, so let's say keyword as close to the beginning as possible, okay? And then next, you also want to make sure that keyword is less than 70 characters. And the reason why you want to make it less than 70 characters is because if it's more than 70 characters, then your title, especially on mobile, is just going to turn into a ... So what I mean by this is that your title might just be YouTube tips on how to gain ... And that's if your title is too long or over 70 characters. So usually my cutoff mark is 70 characters. If it goes longer, that's fine. It's not the worst thing. But at the same time, I do want to make sure that my title can be seen clearly on mobile, because a lot of people are using mobile to watch YouTube nowadays, right? And it's a fact. So now that I've gone over how to actually title your video, again, it's like whether you have 2 or 4 keywords chosen from here on vidIQ, it's combining all your keywords in a very creative manner so it reads well and actually interests people to click. So now that you have your title, the next thing you want to do is get your description. So description, it just includes a lot of keywords related to what the topic of your video is. But for descriptions, I actually like using a tool called Jarvis. Right, so Jarvis is a new tool that I've been using at the start of this year. It's the future of writing. It's basically an AI, artificial intelligence, that makes it easy and fast to write content for blogs, social media, websites, and more. But I find it very useful for writing descriptions on YouTube. So down below in the description, I'll have a link for Jarvis where you'll get 10,000 free credits if you use my link. And keep in mind, it is an affiliate link, so I would get a commission if you do choose to sign up. But Jarvis, right? So here, this is what Jarvis looks like, and they have a dashboard. They have templates, so a whole arsenal of random templates to kind of automate your writing. So you can automate writing for Facebook headlines, Google businesses, Amazon products. But in our special case, I'm gonna go straight to video and use it to write a script, hook, and introduction. Right. So in this case, so recall how one of the titles or one of the keywords that I chose was, or the final title that I chose for my video was YouTube tips on how to gain subscribers, advice for new YouTubers. I'm just going to take an excerpt of that. So let's say how to gain subscribers. And you can choose a tone of voice. There's even a James Bond tone of voice, which I find is pretty funny. But there's a funny tone of voice, there's a bold tone of voice, there's a casual tone of voice. So for this case, I'm going to say bold. And then here on the bottom, sorry, you can't really see that. Let me scroll that up. Okay, there you go. So here on the bottom, you can see it's going to generate 3 outputs. And I usually choose one of the 3, and it usually gets it on point in terms of what I want my intro to look like. So it's really cool. Really, really fascinating tool. So it can be, we all know how to gain subscribers. Hi, my name is John, and this is the only video you ever need on gaining more subscribers. Or I can choose example 2. Hi, my name is John, and I'm going to show you how to gain subscribers on YouTube without resorting to spamming. Subscribe for more videos. Hook number 3. If you're looking for a guy to gain subscribers, then I'm the girl. Well, I'll change this to guy. That's got your back. My name is John. I know all this about secrets. Whether you want to grow your channel quickly or just maintain it, I've got you covered. So I'm going to choose this one simply because it seems to have more keywords. So I'll click copy to keyboard, and let me bring my notepad back over. Okay, so recall how this is my title, and down here below, I'm going to use this as the intro for my description. And I got to remember to change this to guy. And then introduction, my name is, so Jarvis, really, really cool tool, guys. I mean, really, really cool tool. I imagine that you guys can use this more than just for YouTube, especially if you're in digital marketing, social media management. Jarvis is the absolute go-to tool when it comes to helping me write headlines, email headlines, Facebook posts, social media captions, social media posts, blog posts. It's a really, really fascinating tool. I mean, in a future video, I'll go over more what Jarvis can do. But again, down below in the description, you can see all that Jarvis has to offer. And if you use my link below, you'll get 10,000 free credits. So here's the title. Here's the description. My name is John. And I know I know all there is to know to get subscribers on YouTube, whether you want to grow your channel quickly or just maintain, have got you covered. Okay. So I usually do Jarvis with 2 different ways. So one, I come up with like a catchy intro, but that's not all I do. Okay, so after I come up with the intro, I'll actually go to dashboard, and I'll create a new document. And this is where Jarvis really, really shines. So this is an old template that I use, and if you're already thinking what Jarvis is going to do next, you're probably right. It actually is going to write me a caption. So let's actually put how to gain subscribers, because that was one of my titles. And let me move this a bit more so you guys can see. Okay, there you go. And then let's say on YouTube, I won't choose any. I'm not an expert at Jarvis, but I was copy and paste this here. Say YouTube and subscribers as the keywords, bold tone of voice, and let's just click compose. So you can see how Jarvis automatically writes just a lot of what the topic is. It basically writes what the content is about. And the reason why I like using this is simply because it includes a lot of similar related keywords. So I usually click about 3 times so that I have a lot of keywords that are in my description that I can now copy and paste over to my video. So what are YouTube subscribers, fans? You can see that there's some similar keywords related to my topic. To gain subscribers involved, users just creating a YouTube channel. Okay, and then I'll just delete the last sentence, and I'll just copy and paste this into my description. So in all, this would be my description for my YouTube video. And the reason why is because it reads well, reads okay, and at the same time it does include more keywords to kind of help YouTube understand what my video is about. So this would be my entire description. I actually do copy and paste the title at the first line of description. All right. So this here and down below would be my whole description for my YouTube video, and then after the keyword rich and description would include any links, social media links, affiliate links, links to my other YouTube videos and such. So that's how I create my descriptions. Now, the last thing I want to go over, so that's the tool I use to write the description, which is called Jarvis. The next tool I recommend to coming up with your tags is simply TubeBuddy, all right? And it is a required, it is a paid version of TubeBuddy in order to get this aspect. But once it loads, let's see what it looks like on your guys. Okay, so once you download the Chrome extension of TubeBuddy, you can just click on this top right-hand corner, click on Keyword Explorer. And again, I'm just using only one of my keywords that I chose, so how to gain subscribers. And I'll click on Explore. Now, I read an article that the most popular videos on YouTube have less than 400 characters filled out in their description. So for that reason, I'd usually just click like 6 to 10 boxes. I don't do to video tag limit because I don't want to excessively use every single character. So I'll just use I'll just click the first like 5 to 10 that I find relatable, and then afterwards I'll copy and paste it into my description. So just as a summary, okay, so here's my title, and I got my title from vidIQ, and then here's my description, and I got my description from Jarvis, and then here are my tags, and I got my tags from TubeBuddy. So essentially, this is how I optimize my YouTube videos. In a future video, I'll be talking about how I actually create my thumbnails. But it's a I love using all these tools. I think they're totally worth the money. And again, down below in the description, I'll try to get you guys discounts to use these tools that I'm introducing to you. But at the same time, in a future video, I'll probably cover a free version. If there's any free version, I don't know if there's any free version that can cover writing descriptions like this. But one of the things I love about Jarvis is that despite whether you write the description yourself or you have Jarvis do it, YouTube isn't going to flag you for whatever is in your description. I mean, as long as it's a readable, keyword filled, appropriate description, that's fine in YouTube's eyes. So the more keywords that you can include without sounding like you're keyword stuffing, the better, right? So then as for tags, I only spend about 5 seconds or less on tags. Okay, 5 seconds or less on tags. So I just read this one now, how to gain subscribers on OnlyFans. I'll take that one out. But 5 seconds or less on tags. If you're spending more than 30 minutes on tags, then you are doing something wrong. I recommend you to focus more time on your keyword research and titles. One of the biggest takeaways that you can get from this video is that make sure you include 2 to 4 keywords from vidIQ. 2 to 4 of these keywords that you get from vidIQ within your title and also in the first line of your description, okay? But aside from that, I hope this video on SEO tips to help you gain subscribers helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I'd be more than happy to help you out. And in addition to that, do sign up for my free webinar training down below in the description where I go over my top 10 ways to go viral on YouTube. It's absolutely free. You have got nothing to lose. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.